Well, folks, I didn't hear any comments about the voice, so hopefully everybody heard me last video. So hopefully everybody hear me this video. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you don't want to hear me. I never can tell about those things. I figured I'd get on here and I saw something that was kind of disturbing. It said, like, as far as like suicide rates, like 80% are men. I thought 80% are men. It's like, what the hell? Yeah, that sounds awful high to me, but I suppose it could be true. I don't know. I don't do the statistics, but you know how statistics are. They can lie and manipulate it and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, anyways, it's no wonder if it is that high. Well, if it is even happening at all, and it's happening, but the sad part about it is men ain't men anymore. This is what the problem is. They try to be men. Then you got somebody kicking them in the balls, knocking them down every fucking 2 seconds. Because, guess what? You can't do that. You can't be a man. Somebody's always out there telling you what you can and can't do. And you ain't built that way. You're not. Men, women, but mainly men. I mean, why do they climb Mount Everest? Why? I mean, there's no really point to it. There's no gain and no financial gain to speak of that I can tell. It's a lot of hard work, but there's still men out there that want to do it, just to experience it, just to do it, because they can. But they tell you can't. See, and that's what the big problem is. You're told you can't. In life, you should be able to be free and do this and do that. And these governments come along and tell you, no, can't do this, nope, can't do that, can't do this. Government, and this is what they do. We have set-asides. You can put it in for X amount of years. You set land aside. Let it go back to whatever. Well, if you ever noticed when it goes back to whatever, the weeds come in thick, and they start choking everything out. And when the weeds come in and choke things out, and the vines and all that, and then you have your crop trees, hedge and mulberry and just shit trees come in and they grow fast. Your oaks and your walnuts and so on and so forth, they grow slower. What I'm getting at is this is what the government wants to do to the land. Kind of like what they're doing to men. And what ends up happening is it chokes out the man's soul. It chokes out his pursuing life. And what's he got left? He's got a bar stool. In some bar. He can sit there and have a few or a few too many and shoot his mouth off and blah 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 and things like that. And then when he goes home, he looks in the mirror and realizes, what the hell, He's just shooting his mouth off. wasn't capable of doing what he was saying, shooting his mouth off what things he wanted to do, wanted to say, but not doing it, not saying it. A lot of times when somebody gets on your case about something, it's at work especially, a lot of guys, they just kind of take it, and if you deserve it because you did screw up or something, you can come to terms with that. That you can rationalize and go, yeah, I deserve that. But then sometimes you got somebody that's like, well, what the hell, you're complaining to me when that guy's supposed to do his job over there. He didn't do his job right. Now you're coming to me. There's a process here. And it gets to me, and the process isn't always completed, and then you come to me. Or somebody's just having a bad day and then thinks they could just, well, you're not blah, 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 blah. And you kind of, a lot of men will just stand there and kind of take that stuff. Some will just be like, hey, listen, knock your crap off. And they don't like that. Well, I mean, you told them to knock their crap off. Some men will, you knock your crap off, so I'm going to put my fist through your face. And that's what men like to do. They like to say, hey, listen, you want to get a piece of me? That's fine. I'll give you a piece. And you ain't going to like it. And those men usually pretty confident. They go through life and they pretty much know what they want. They get what they want. And they work for it, and nobody's going to stand in their way. So, problem is, like I was saying, you got all these people wanting out here to make rules, regulations, and this and that stuff, and they just choke the shit out of you. They choke the hell out of the environment. If man wasn't here on this planet, it'd be a mess. And what I'm saying by a mess is you'd have some animal tracks, paths cut through like cattle do. Cattle will cut paths through things. How do you think half these roads are? Because, just a damn cow path is all they were at one time. I mean, when they cut trails through the west, just some trails. Then they tore those up, put some gravel down, and maybe asphalt it. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But let the earth go back to the way it was. You wouldn't eat. Not really. You just think everything would just pop up. There'd be edible food out there, but nothing like there is today. Now just think about that for a little bit. See, this is government. This is the people that are, quote, in charge. Bunch of demonic assholes. That's what they are. Just a bunch of demonic assholes. Gonna control you, gonna control your life, gonna tell you how you're gonna live, and the whole 9 yards. They don't want you to stand up. They don't want you to be a man. Everything's got it done peaceably, peaceably, peaceably. You tell that to Genghis Khan and 1,000 other men just like him. They'd have chopped your damn head off. That's what they would have done to you. Then they would have looted your village and they would have taken what they wanted. See, that's what men do. See, they'll do that to you, but you're not allowed to do it back to them. They'll do it under the cover of the law. It's always interesting, isn't it? The law. You see, you have a Constitution that's supposed to protect you, but it doesn't protect you. And all these people running around going, oh, I have a Second Amendment. I have a second. You never use your Second Amendment, so it doesn't do you any good. Genghis Khan didn't have a Second Amendment. Nope, he didn't have one. But it's dangerous. He didn't need one. They only hold on to the reign for so long. Somebody else comes along and takes over. What gets me is what's happening now is it's a takeover. But there's no battle, there's no fight, there's no nothing. It's just handed to them freely. Here's the keys to the kingdom. They just hand it over. Everybody's individual little kingdom, they'll just hand their keys over to them. They'll just hand it to them. People, there's going to come a time in your life where you're going to have to make a decision. And it's a damn shame that things come to that. Damn shame. Everybody says, use your words, use your words. Sometimes it's a good swift kick in the ass. It gets you motivated and gets you moving in the right direction. Not your words. You see, Jesus came and he conquered. That's right, he conquered. He conquered death. Conquered sin. You have eternal life. When he comes back, it ain't to conquer sin, it's to destroy it. He's already conquered it. When he comes back, it's not going to be use your words. It's not going to be let's talk about this. It's going to be hell and fire and brimstone, ruled with an iron rod, and it will be just. You understand what I'm saying here? God himself will destroy the destroyers, like Genghis Khan, like King David, and so many others. But he's just, and he's fair, and he's righteous. And he has the right to. There ain't a damn thing anybody can say or do about it either. And you wouldn't want it any other way, because they're liars and cheats. He's not. He's just, and he's fair, incapable of lying. And the Bible talks about their seasons. There's a song made about it, their seasons. A lot to be said for it. That's really about all I got to say, and just my rant on the thing, and my opinion on the subject matter. You know? Seems funny, the other side will sure get in your face and threaten you and with violence and everything else, and you're supposed to back down, and when they do something to you, you can't retaliate. I'm going to say this. I've said it before in my older videos, and I'm going to say it again because it's worth repeating. The state, doesn't matter what state, county, doesn't matter. Okay, they want to do something to you. Okay, because someone did something against you, and you corrected the matter. You violated their law. In other words, what I'm getting at is this: when somebody does something to you personally, all right, your loved one personally, they didn't do it to the state. They did it to you. You tell me where the hell the right of the state comes in and says, hey, we're going to take over. No, the state doesn't have any right whatsoever to come in and take over shit. The fact of the matter is, it wasn't done to the state. It was done to you. And you took care of the matter. Right? You think God's going to say, oh, here, let the state figure it out? No, God has been done against God, and God will take care of it, and God will fix it. The time for forgiveness, people, is coming to an end. Right? God will pull His grace away and let the hell hit. It'll happen. Think about that. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. It says there's so many examples in the Bible when somebody comes against you or a loved one or so forth that you have the right to defend and protect yourself. The state says, oh, no, we're going to come in and we're going to intervene. Why? What did it do to you? Nothing. A state is just longitude, latitude, and elevation. That's what it is. I don't know what the hell else more you can do to it. It's just a way to control you, manipulate you. Like I said before, if you watch my videos, most people, man, they clicked off a long time ago, but if you watch my videos, it's just a con game. It's make-believe imaginary bullshit. Oh yeah, they're guns, they're men, they're enforcers. Yeah, they're real. And they'll send them to you. They'll send them for you. But you know, when God comes back, guess what? There ain't nothing they can do. God will fix it. God will take care of it. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Remember that. Everything you got means absolutely nothing. Only one thing matters. When you lift your head up and you look up to heaven, where God reigns, He'll soon be here and reign again. Be right with Him. You should always be right with God. I could go on and on and on this. I could be here for an hour. But I'll get off here. Y'all take care. See, we're not put here to be. We're put here to help others and treat others with love and kindness and worship the Lord and do His will and His commandments. That's what we're here for. Worship God, to exalt God above all. And that's the truth of the matter. God is above all. He's the reason we're even here. He's the reason we exist. It's got nothing to do with the law. It's got nothing to do with man. It has to do with God and God's grace and His mercy. That's why we're here. If we got what we deserved, you wouldn't like it. So, like I said, I could go on and on. But keep praying for these leaders and keep praying for people. It's more important now than ever. Look what's going on around you. Bunch of lies, misinformation, cheat. I mean, you name it. It's satanic as hell. It is hell. It's gonna be hell. Worse than anything you've ever experienced in your life. Y'all take care.